Welcome, this is Mike Smith from Nighttiger Comics, or AKA Nighttiger. There's been a lot of talk in the community lately that just regular comic book hauls just seem to be on the decline. They're mostly now investment hauls or new comic book uh, videos and just no unadulterated just comic book hauls. So that's what this is. Today you're not going to see my beautiful face. Let's get into this. I picked this up a while back. It was $5 from Walmart. They had the Iron Man and the Star-Lord. This is when nobody cared about Falcon. And I also got the Hulk from Ollie's. The Hulk was the best one, and I think I gave that as a gift to Simon Comics. And I went back, I was like, man, I realized because the Hulk was huge. The other ones without sound were selling for 10. I went back and they were all gone, so. All right, so next up, I've been wanting this for a while. Just I don't know why this book has eluded me. Of course, you know I love Moon Knight. He's my favorite Marvel character. And just anytime Moon Knight can fight Spider-Man, I'm there. Not a high-grade copy. I won it in an auction for like $4. But I have never had this one. And so I wanted to read it. It's Amazing Spider-Man 220 from 1981. Beautiful Bob Layton cover. And what else can I say about this? Guest starring the macabre Moon Knight. And this is right around when Moon Knight, I think this is before he got his #1 ongoing series. So he was still jumping around Marvel titles at this time. So yes, I picked that up for $6. I think it was like 8 or 9 with shipping. Actually, it was funny because the mailman or whoever said they marked it delivered on Monday, and I never got it. And then it showed up Friday. Okay, so this, you're going to say, oh, what the heck is that? It's Sparkler Comics from 1948. And it's the last Tarzan cover. And so those are some of the reasons why I picked it up. I love this title. It has an original character that runs through it called Sparkman, who fights Nazis and stuff like that. What else can I say? Well, you can see it's low grade. I got it for $6 at Mycomicshop. So those are some of the reasons I picked it up. But here's the main reason. And I've had that on my watch for a long time, probably close to a year. I picked up a second copy, much nicer, and it's signed by Brune Hogarth, the artist, the Golden Age artist on Tarzan, and he did all the newspaper strips too. And Tarzan of the Golden Age is much different than you know him today. He would shoot machine guns, kill guys with guns, fly airplanes. He did a lot of stuff. He was very ruthless. So that was 12. That one was 6. So anytime you can shop at Mycomicshop, I will go for the second tier postage because $8 would the first one runs $5. So the $8 is going to get that book to you within 2, sometimes 3 days. If you choose the cheaper one, it's going to take a week to a week and a half. So I said that was signed. It has a COA, so I have a copy I can read, and if I ever feel like I want to get this graded, which I probably never will, but So I always try to throw together a lot when I'm shopping at my comic shop, and that way it's almost like you get free shipping if you can buy a couple books. So I did. I bought another one. I bought this one, number 27. And this is from 1943. This has a Sparkman right there. In this issue, he's not in costume. They had him join the army. He goes to Europe and he fights a lot of Nazis. Really cool character. Now, this book was $17, which I was shocked. And they graded this. A lot of times Mycomicshop either misgrades or undergrades. They graded this a 2.5. Now let me show you. Now those other books, the first one was 1.8, the second one was a 2.5. Let me show you this book. This is from 1943. It was $17. It has a superhero in it from the Golden Age. Check this out. This book looks like it just came off the newsstand. I mean, it's immaculate. It's like a 9.0. Maybe an 8, an 8.5. But it's got gloss, it's got no creasing, no spine ticks, no nothing, no pages missing on it. I mean, it's gorgeous. I was shocked. If I showed you my number 9 is like a rag. It's like falling apart. Yeah, man. So I'm really happy with that. And you know, I could say it's super high grade, but that's not actually a grade. Because the grades end really at 9.8, sometimes 9.9, 10, but there's no such thing as super high mint. So when I hear that from other channels, it makes me laugh. So this is definitely not high grade. And I don't know if I showed this in another haul, but I did get this recently. Where did I get this? I won this in an auction, I think, for like $27. It has Graham's Shoe Store on there. It's from Brooklyn. So cool stamp. These Adventures in Terror, they're pretty desirable. People want these. Big demand for them. And they're always super low grade. I don't know why. But you got your skulls. You got your headlight over there. You got your executioner down here. So, yeah, I just love this. And you know, this low grade with the stamp and everything, it really adds to the character of the book. It really even makes it more haunting. And that's from 1953, and that's a Russ Heath cover, and it does have a Stanley story in it, the first one called Death. This one I just picked up, just came in. Now this has no back cover, so I got it for $15, and this came from Mycomicshop, number 9. And I believe this is a Russ Heath cover also. It is from 1952. The Talking Corpse, Ghouls Rush In, second floor rear. I just love these. I think they're just so cool. And like I say, the low grade aspect of it really adds haunting to the cover. So this guy's tied up. There's Cheese right there. He's the rat, the dark dungeon. What more can I say about that? Just really killer. Okay, I got me a cheap Wiz Comics. This actually cost me $12. Now, of course, it's low grade. Spine's pretty beat up. It's got some staining. I thought this is cool. Captain Marvel sailing a ship. I mean, why doesn't he just fly it around like Superman does? So I haven't even read this yet. But it's got Spy Smasher in it. And do I have this? I don't. Yes, from 1946. Really cool. Love that purple, too. That purple cloud in the background. Wiz Comics number 74. Anytime you can pick up Wiz Comics for cheap, get them. If they're not, like, totally tore up or nothing. I would suggest if you're getting into Golden Age, Captain Marvel Adventures, Wiz Comics, good series to jump onto. You can find these relatively inexpensive. Now, I didn't notice that it has some pencils right here. I might be able to remove that with a magic eraser. Got this for the cover. This is just a cool underwater cover. This is Joe Palucca, number 47 from 1949, 1950. Just a cool, well, supposedly it's an Al Alverson cover. Now, I can't figure out, I know Ham Fisher writes Joe Palucca, but I couldn't figure out if he also is the artist, because it looks like he hires artists to work with him on this. And I'm not a big Joe Palucca fan. I don't know a whole lot about him, so if anybody out there knows, leave me a comment. It's a Harvey comic. But yeah, it's just a cool, I love underwater covers, and you're going to see because I got another one coming up. Especially shark covers. I'm actually trying to collect Golden Age shark covers. And then you got the diving bell helmet, which I always dig that too. You got the spear gun. You got the buried treasure. This one's missing the beautiful girl. That's the only thing it's missing. All right, so next up, this was an auction win. I think I won it for like $42 or something like that. Just a cool, kind of a horror, but it's more underwater cover from Dollman. So you know, Dollman quality comics, when they hit like 1949, 1950, they started doing more horror covers than anything. Superheroes were out, so to keep them relevant and to keep competing with EC Comics and like Adventures into Terror, Atlas, and stuff like that, they started doing a lot of horror themes in their books. This is a really super cool shark cover. This is number 36 from 1951. And this is a Bill Ward cover. There again, you got your spear cover, your diving bell helmet and suit, and then you got your shark. And then you got all those lines that are inked in the background really bring this to life with motion. Death Trap in the Deep Sea. All right, so we're moving on. So this book, I've always seen this book for like $50. And I was definitely never paying that for this. So this time I saw it for $20. It's a pretty decent, like a 4.5. It's even signed right here by Malcolm. But this is Courage Comics, number 1. But it says number 77. Do I have the history on the back? I do not. This is Edward J. Slavia publisher. So it's one of those people that just jumped in to publish comics because comics were hot. They didn't do a whole lot of publishing. And nice store stamp. You got the Cates Brothers Scientific Shoe. I don't know what it is with the late 40s, early 50s. A lot of shoe stores were giving away comics. Why don't they do that today? That would be so cool. I'd be going and buying shoes all the time. So where is that at? It's Main Street somewhere. Trust Co. Building. So I'm going to have to guess New York. So that's Courage Comics. This is Chick Courage here. It's got Sheriff Jack, FBI Agent, Red Badge, Dennis Dean. This was $20. Pretty decent shape, too. From 1945, so it was right there at the end of the war. Okay, so if you know, a lot of people, I'm trying to collect or finish or complete my Blue Beetle run. That's number 9 right here. This is from 1940. If the old man memory serves correct, it is from 1941. But it's number 9. I got that a couple years ago. So I picked up another one, low grade, definitely. This book was like $20. Number 36. So I did, is it this one? I took this book apart, repaired the staple hole. I had to repair it through the whole book. So I had to put archival tape on every page in order to give some structure to this book, to make it strong, so it didn't fall apart because all the pages were loose. So I did that. I had a heck of a time learning. I was learning on this book. So it's really hard to figure out where the staple holes are once you repair it and you want to put the staple back in, because there's nothing to mark the staples when you lay it over. And you want to get them perfect. You want to get it back in the right hole. So if this book ever gets graded, or if you ever sell it, you can assure that person that's the original staple. So if you got it going through different holes, they're going to think, okay, well, someone restapled this book. But this is number 36. And this is East Stoner cover, and this is from 1944. So I learned a lot on this book. And, you know, I thought collecting Golden Age was addicting. Try repairing them. That is even more addicting. It's just so fun, and you lose track of time. Speaking of Blue Beetle, these two just came in. This is number 25, and it's a War Bond cover. It had pencil here. I tried to remove as best as I could. It was a lot darker than that. I believe that this is an Allentown pedigree, but I can't prove it. The Allentown pedigree has a few different marks. That wasn't one they showed, but I'm guessing this, because it is pretty decent shape for, let's see what year it is. I can't believe I didn't put it on there. It's 1943. September 1943. And what else can I say about this? I cleaned it up a little bit. I did do some spine repairs right here. I did strengthen the staple by repairing these from the inside. And then I also repaired this little part here. So the thing is, once you're learning how to do this, you realize you don't want archival tape on the outside of the book, because it just doesn't look very good. So you want to repair it on the inside of the cover. So this one here and on the bottom, I had a heck of a time repairing, because the cover was still attached. And these books are so thick, you can remove the cover, but putting it back is quite an ordeal. So I did curl the tape backwards over the insides. And once I got that to where I wanted it without touching the cover, I pushed the book back in and shaped the cover over the tape. And it worked. It really fixed that spinal repair. And in the past, and on books that aren't quite to the caliber of this as Golden Age, I'll put a touch of glue on them. But that's something you have to reveal then when you sell it. So that's number 25. And this book is so good, someone ate it. But yeah, I got this one and the next book from Mycomicshop for $164 with shipping. Enough of that one. Spent too much time on it, right? So this is number 24. Didn't do any repairs to this book. The cover's still attached. The splits they're not split yet. So I didn't feel like it was going to be damaged by reading it. If I read it once and put it away. And this has a nice skull cover. And this is from 1943 also. I did clean it up a little bit. You probably can't tell. But I didn't want to do too much to this. It was still pretty strong. The spine was still together. Everything was attached. And in this one, the centerfold was loose or detached. But I didn't want to spend the time, because you never know. I can reattach it and probably have most likely it'd be a 90% success rate, but that 10% I didn't want to take a chance on. So this is number 24 from 1943. So I think I'm around 8 Blue Beetle Golden Age now. So we're rounding it out to the end. This book, I had this on my watch list forever. I got this from DTE Collectibles. DTE or DTA, I don't remember. That website, man, is so slow. So this book was $150 on eBay a year ago. They dropped it to $139. I'm like, okay, so they dropped. So you go to the website, you're definitely going to get it cheaper, but you have a hell of a time searching through their online database because their search engine is just super, super slow. And I actually talked to the owner and the guy in charge, and they said, well, we're aware of that. We're working on it. They were working on it over a year ago when I called them. But I finally did find it. It was $100. It was $97 on the website. These later modern comics are really, really scarce. This is number 99 from 1951, I believe. 1950. It's the beautiful Reed Crandall cover. Spaceship, beautiful woman, nice legs. The helmets, everything. Same thing with Mycomicshop. If you don't know, you find their books on eBay, go to their websites. You're going to get them a big discount. If the book is over $100, if it's not, you'll probably get like a $2 discount. Okay, I was happy to get this. So I bought this with my COVID money. After I paid the credit card, and then I bought this book. This is Star Spangled Comics, number 6, 1942. Stripesy, Star Spangled Kid. Now, they were only on the covers for a few issues, and then it was Simon and Kirby's Sandman, and was it the News Legion, and then the Guardian? No, I'm sorry, it was the Guardian, Simon and Kirby's Guardian, that was on. He ran the covers for a lot longer, but these early ones I wanted to get because they're just more scarcer. These books are huge. These early ones from the early 40s, they are huge. They don't fit in the normal Golden Age. So luckily that they get sent with Mylar, because I like to keep my books on Mylar. Beautiful warplanes in the background over the moon. Love the banner, the big banners on these early DCs. Okay, last book, big book. Won this in an auction for $69. Free shipping. This book is in this condition, which is like a 1.8, maybe it's the 2.0, is a $400 book all day long, because you can see there's Hitler and Uncle Sam just taking him out. There's Joe Palucca in his army uniform, and then there's a Hero, it's H or Tojo, Toiho or something like that from Japan. And Buster's about ready to jump up here, so I'm trying to hold him back. Yeah, I got this book, and it's got a Bonnet's store stamp on it from Ohio. I'm so happy to finally get my first Hitler cover. You definitely don't want to spend $400 on it. And in higher grades, mid grades, we're talking thousands. So this book, there's higher grades on eBay, like 4.5s, 5.0s, and they're going from $800 to $900. So it's definitely happy to get that. Buster, move your tail. And that's the end of this haul. Glad for y'all sticking around. And stay tuned. I got a couple more just pure hauls coming up. Nighttiger out.